7 for another battle report. Today it's going to be me versus Graham. It's going to be my Eldar force versus his Ultramarine force. If you have watched the channel, you have seen the last report ended in a draw. So today we're going to do, it's the first 7th edition game that Graham's used his Ultramarines in. So we're going to play tactical objectives today. So this will be my deployment where the white dice is, just give you a view of the board as well. We've got a fairly deserty looking abandoned old city with overgrown forests. These here are purely just in case people snap fire, so we just mark them up for that. There's Graham's deployment zone is all along there. We're doing the tactical objectives, so we've got 6 objectives which are already generated. So we've got 1 there, 5 over here, 3 there, we've got 2 hiding around here, and then we've got over here, just behind there, I don't know if you can see, we've got 4, and then we've got 6 here as well. We've already generated our sighted powers and everything, so I'll give you the sighted powers and then I'll go over the lists as well. So my sighted powers, we'll start with me first. For my sighters, I've got my Farseer, which is my Warlord, and 3 Warlocks. So my Farseer generated Guide is his Primaris power. From Runes of Fate as well, you got Death Mission, which I don't really like it unless I'm going attacking, so I probably won't use it. Got Mental Fortitude from the Telepathy, which basically allows me to regroup anything that's fallen back within 24 inches. My Warlocks, they all get Conceal because it's the Primaris power in 7th edition now. And I've also got Embolden, Quicken and Restrain, Protect and Jinx, so some nice powers there. So my army list that we've got is, as I said earlier, my Warlord, which is my Farseer, armed with, he's got the Phoenix Gem as well. So if he loses his wounds, I get a chance to bring him back. He's got Warlock Bodyguard, they're all armed with Witchblades. I know he's physically armed with the Singing Spear, but I'm not going to use it as that. Troops, I've got a squad of jet bikes here, another squad of jet bikes there, 1 with the cannon. I have 5 Rangers. Excuse the unpainted miniatures, I will finally get round to doing them. I've also got, just over here, 5-man squad of Dire Avengers, Exarch armed with twin-linked shuriken catapults. They're going to be in their dedicated transport, which is the Wave Serpent. Wave Serpent is armed with twin-linked scatter lasers, shuriken cannon, and I've given hollow fields. Fast attack, we've got 3 Vipers, all armed with dual shuriken cannons. They're all armed with hollow fields as well. I've got 5 War Spiders. If you have watched me battle reports before, you'll know what it's equipped with, but for you new people, Exarch's got Fast Shot and twin-linked Death Spinner. Elites, I have 9 Harlequins, 4 of them armed with the Harlequin's Kisses there. I've got Shadow Seer upgrade and Troop Master at the back armed with the Power Sword. I've got 5 Fire Dragons, Exarch armed with the Fire Pike and Fast Shot, and they have their dedicated transport, which is the Wave Serpent, which is equipped exactly the same as this one here. So the hollow fields on that as well. Finally, on heavy support, I have 3 War Walkers. This one literally just arrived yesterday, so it's not painted. All armed with scatter lasers and star cannons. No vehicle upgrades on them at all. And finally, the Wraith Knight, which I'm running him slightly different today, just to try it out, just to see how it works. He's just armed with the stock weapons, which is the heavy Wraith cannons. Right, this is Graham's Ultramarine force. He's going for Unbound list today as well. I believe he's only got 1 lot of troops. So I'll give you his sighted powers first. His sighters that he's got in his forces, he's got Chief Librarian Tigeris and a regular librarian, which is, he's upgraded it to mastery level 2. So he's got, Tigeris has chose Orphan Telepathy, he's got Hallucination, Shrouding, Mental Fortitude, and the Primaris power, which is Psychic Shriek, and his second librarian's got Smite from Biomancy, Endurance from Biomancy, and Warp Speed. He's got a Terminator Captain as well. What else we've got? We've got a squad of Terminators here, 1 armed with the Assault Cannon. We've got Thunderhammer Storm Shield Terminators over there. We've got a Dreadnought armed with well, what you see it. Got 3 Centurions all on with the dual las cannons, twin linked, I believe. The Dreadnought armed with assault cannon. Another assault squad of Terminators armed with the lightning cores. Flyers. Graham did inform us earlier that he's modelled with heavy mortars, but he's equipped with las cannons instead. That's fine by me. So we've got 2 Storm Talons armed the same, and then finally the Storm Raven, which is armed with twin link multi-melters, twin link plasma cannons, and hurricane mortars. And Graham, who was your warlord today? Right, Chief Librarian Tagiris is Graham's warlord. So we'll come back after we've deployed. Right, we're back after deployment. Graham deployed first, so he's got a lot of stuff on reserve, but over there he's got a normal Terminator squad with a Terminator captain. Just over here there's the Centurions with Librarian just around there, giving them psychic support. We've got Tagiris around here, backed up by Dreadnought as well. His reserves, as you can see, is the gun, what's it called again? Raven Talon gunship thing, whatever it's called. Storm Talons, and 2 squads of Terminators and the Dreadnought, which is around there as well. So they'll all be coming in from reserve. I deployed at the same time as well. There is a magic tournament going on as well, so if you hear anybody shouting random stuff, it's just them. So my deployment, put the Wraithmate over here, just looking over, just keeping an eye on things. I've got my jet bikes on. Wave setting with the Dire Avengers in, just keep nice and safe. We rolled off the infiltrators as well. Graham put his infiltrators there, scouts, and I put mine there. I won the roll off, so I'm just taking that. They're just going to hopefully just stay there, just marking things up, just picking people off, hopefully. I've got Harlequins there, just keep them back. Me Warlord with his Warlock bodyguard just there, and the Warwalkers are deployed as well. My reserves, I've got the 2 jetbike squadrons. I forgot to mention that this guy here has, one of them's got a shuriken cannon. The Warp Spiders will be deep striking. Them guys are in the wave set, which I showed earlier. And the Fire Dragons will be coming on from reserve as well. Right, we're back after Graham's turn 1. Just moved the Terminators and ran them. His tactical objectives actually that he got was 1 point for if he made me fail a morale check, which he didn't get. He got secure objective 6, secure objective 1, objective 3, objective 5, objective 4, and pretty much secure all the objectives apart from number 2. He didn't get any of them. He shuffled, like I said earlier, the Terminators moved and then ran. Scouts decided to take some fire at the Rangers, didn't wound, so they're fine. The Centurions have just shifted across alongside the Librarian, who tried to cast one of his powers, which didn't go off, Endurance I believe it was. Tagiris managed to cast Shrouding on himself. Shrouding obviously would protect anything within 6 inches. Dreadnought moved out, realised that he was out of range, then decided... I decided to let him run instead of shooting because he was with it out of shooting range. So apart from that, no assaults, no objectives claimed. We're just before, I forgot to mention, the mission that we're playing is Deadlock, which is a tactical objective game where on turn 1 you'll have 6 objectives each, and then as each turn progresses, so turn 2 you only draw 5, turn 3, 4 and so on. So we'll come back after my turn and I'll do the all objectives and everything as well. So I'll see you in a bit. Right, we're back after Eldar turn 2. In the movement phase, just shifted the War Waters across and kept these guys safe. Just moved the wave circle around, moved the jet bikes, the Viper jet bikes up, jumped the Wraith Knight over. Psychic Powers cast guide on the wave circle, but he was out of range, but might as well. Cast Ability is on the Harlequins, which is represented by the gem. Cast Protect on his one unit, so their saves now 3+ invulnerables. No other powers really went off. Shooting phase, the Warwalkers dealt out some damage. They took one of the Centurions out and took the remaining 2 down to 1 wound each. The only other shooting really coming around the Vipers. The Vipers managed to take off altogether, I think it was 2 Terminators. The Wraith Knight shot over with his heavy Wraith cannons and took the Terminator captain down to 2 wounds. Objective wise, I got a point for securing objective 6 and a point for securing objective 3. The other active ones that I got was to secure objective 2, which I didn't get. And I also got overwhelming firepower, so to destroy your unit, or if I destroyed 3, it's D3 victory points. Kingslayer, which I didn't get, which was D3 victory points if I removed the casualty. The Warlord, and Scour the Skies, but obviously Graham's flyers aren't on yet. Right, we're back after Graham's turn 2. Start with reserves first. His Deep Striking Thunderhammer Terminators came on, and they decided to run, so just over that objective. He didn't get the objective on his points wise, he did. It was another one that he didn't. The Storm Talon was escorting the Raven, which came on. Because he's zooming, he can't claim that objective, so he didn't get that one. Firepower wise, Storm Raven fired everything, and the Storm Talon fired everything into the jet bikes. Jet bikes jinked, failed 2, so them 2. This guy's immobilised, so I'm probably going to have to abandon him in a second. These 2 are fine, but he's lost a whole point on there. Crew shaking that one, but they're all snap firing anyway because they're jinked. Over here, the Dreadnought and the Centurions fired. Took out one of the Warwalkers, which is over there. Psychic phase, Graham was unlucky with the psychic phase, didn't get any powers off. No assaults, so we'll come to Eldar turn 2 and see what reserves come on. Right, we're back after Eldar turn 2. I'll go with reserves first. Reserves, the jet bikes came on, and that was it. Everybody else is still in reserve at the moment. Objectives wise, I got Scour the Skies because it took out one of his flyers. Actually, we'll come back to that later, actually. Sorry about that. I'll edit that out. Right, these guys decided to abandon him, shot up at the Storm Raven and did nothing. Wraith Knight jumped over, shot down at these Terminators and didn't do anything. The Wave Serpent, probably the star of the show today so far, shot up. I don't know why I guided him, to be honest. Hey ho, you live and learn. Shot up and took out Storm Talon, crashed and burned. The blast marker didn't go anywhere, so it didn't harm anybody. Cast Ability is on the Harlequins and they ran up. Cast Quicken on the Warwalkers, so it came from there. Shot up and wiped out the Centurions. So one of my objectives was to take out a unit, so I got one for that. Jumped them back 8 inches. My Warlord and his bodyguard just stayed safe there. Rangers decided to shoot down at the Thunderhammer Terminators and got a lucky shot and killed one. Apart from that shooting, psychic power wise, not a great deal. And so far, the game will change more than likely, but 6-1. I did get some very lucky objectives. So we'll come back after Graham's turn 3, where his much needed reserves will probably come on, and he'll be drawing 4 cards. He's still got 4 active, but he can discard. So we'll see how the tables turn. Right, we're back after Graham's turn 3. I'll start with reserves. The only reserve that he had left to come on was the other Storm Talon, so that's come on. Took out my jet bikes with its fire. Tactical objective wise, Graham he got secure objective 1. He hasn't actually got the points yet, but this is the cards that he drew out. Secure objective 1, secure objective 6, secure objective 4 over there, and ascendancy, which will score D3 victory points if you control any 3 objectives. Yes, he'll get points for controlling 3 objectives, which was one of his points, one of his cards. Shooting wise, as I said, the Storm Raven took out them. Dreadnought ran. He got endurance off, so he's got feeling okay. The Scouts shot up at the ranges and took out 1. The Storm Talon dished out a lot of firepower against me Wave 7. I decided not to jinx it, and I took 1 whole point. Right, we're just back after the assault. Not really exciting, to be honest. Terminators charged in, didn't wound the Wraith Knight. Wraith Knight didn't wound, so locked combat there. Graham got Graham got altogether, he got 3 victory points there, because his Warlord trait allows him to reroll any tactical objectives where it says D3. So he rolled a 2, obviously on a D3 that would be 1, so he re-rolled it, got a 4. So the scores at the moment are 6-4. Right, we're back after Eldar turn 3. Very quickly, the reserves came on, so everything's on. The Wave Serpents are on. Warp Spiders jumped down. I guided them in the sight phase and I took out the Warlords, so I got some points for that. Coupled with me objectives that I got D3 victory points for that, so got some canny points for that. The Warwalkers shot up, took a wound, took the other Librarian down to 1. The combined firepower of these 2 Wave Serpents brought down the Storm Raven, and his Terminators just jumped out at the back access point. These lot fired through, took out the Dreadnought. That's about it, to be honest. Just shifted things about. The Wave Serpents now have the shields down because it took the shields to take them out. So at the moment the scores, it was a bit of a devastating round for Graham. So at the moment it's 11-4. Right, we're back after Graham's turn 4. Right, where do we start? Right, first of all, I changed the gems, so we've just decided to get some purpley, pinky, ready ones. They're just to donate whether they're hovering and whether the Wave Serpent shield's down. So he's hovering. The contest in that objective at the moment, so nothing there. What happened? Right, that shot at Warwalker took a whole point and lost its weapon, so I took the Star Cannon off because it was odds and evens. Dreadnought shot at the other one, took it down to a whole point, it's still fine. Snipers fired up to the Rangers are still fine. Not a lot of great shooting, these just stayed where they are, huddled around there. Oh. Just hit a piece of scenery. These Lightning Claw Terminators and everybody charging at the Wraith Knight took a wound off him, and I dealt a wound back and killed 1. So it was drawn combat there. Right, we're back after Eldar turn 4. Shooting wise, Warwalkers shot down the Hover and Flyer on their full ballistic, which was great. These haven't just kept safe there. Rangers shot down at the Terminators, didn't do much. Jet bikes stayed there to claim that objective. Wave Serpent flew over down here and immobilised itself. This guy's unfortunately immobilised and is abandoned. Didn't do anything. These are the Viper jet bikes, just came round, so they've got a view on these Terminators. This one went flat out with the Fire Dragons in, the Wave Serpent with the Fire Dragons in. The Harlequins came up there, assaulted them Terminators, took all but 1 out. and now they didn't get to chase them down, but they're on the way to. Combat over here, it's still pretty, well, Graham won it, but in Fearless, he's down to 2 wounds, the Wraith Knight, so he's taking a pounding. Warp Spiders are just over there in the background, going for line breaker, to be honest, or just in case anything decides to pop up. So we'll come back after Graham's turn 5. Actually, just before we end that, scores at the moment is 12-4. Right, we're back after Ultramarine turn 5. Dreadnought has decided to shoot into the Warwalkers, took one out. This Terminator decided to just run back, keep himself safe. Snipers, scouts fired up to the Rangers, didn't do anything. Assault over here, dished out 1 wound to the Wraith Knight, so he's down to 1, and I dished 1 wound back to the captain, so the captain's on 1. And right, Eldar turn 5 done. Quite a lot actually. Shot into the Dreadnought, didn't do anything. Over here the Rangers fired down at the scouts, didn't kill them. Wave Serpent fired through, killed the majority of them off. Fire Dragons disembarked and wiped them out. Harlequins decided to charge forward, took out the last remaining Terminator. Over here combat, Terminators finally killed off the Wraith Knight, consolidated towards them. Victory points I got was Blood and Guts, so it was to destroy a unit in combat, which I did, so at the moment the scores are 13-5. So we need to roll because end of turn 5, roll to see if it continues, 1 or 2 doesn't it? Okay, it looks like we're going into turn 6, so Graham's turn 6. Right, we're back after Graham's turn 6, very quick round. Dreadnought stayed where he is and took out the last remaining Warwalker. The only objective he had was secure objective 2, so he's securing it, so he got that point for that. Over here, the Terminator captain decided to shoot into the fighter jet bikes. I jinked, but he managed to take it out because I was unlucky. Assaulted the last remaining Viper. I jinked all of them. Sorry, I didn't jink. He failed to penetrate. Didn't do anything. Sorry, ignore me. He glanced it and took a whole point. Right, we're finished after Eldar turn 6. What happened? Let's have a look. Right. Rangers didn't really shoot anything. Nobody really shot. The Wave Serpent shot at the Terminators and took out 1. The Fire Dragons took out 2. Passed his morale. The Viking jet bike retreated back, shot some snapfire into the captain, failed. Then this guy shot across, took him out. So we're just going to see if it continues into turn 7. So 1 or 2 at once, anything else, and it will. So it looks as though it's going all the way. Right, very quickly, Graham's turn over. Moved and ran the Dreadnought. And nothing else fired. The Terminators assaulted and took out the Viper. He tried to assault these, but then I unfortunately reminded him that you can't assault if you run. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but it states in the rules. So we'll go over to my turn 7, which will be the final turn. Right, we're back after end of turn 7, and obviously the end of the game. And it's gone down to a wipeout. So The only card I pulled out was to harness the warp. I only managed to harness 1 power, so I gained an objective of that. I tried shooting everything I possibly could into the Dreadnought, didn't do anything. Then I decided, well, why not, I might as well assault it. Didn't think I'd be able to do anything, but then I read that the Witchblades have roll an extra d6 for arm penetration. Managed to take it out. And that was the final thing, the final straw that brought the camel's back. So it was a complete wipeout for Graham, but he's been gracious, he's gone all the way, he hasn't backed out, he's fought tooth and nail, which you'd expect Space Marines to do. Just give you a look at the table. So just devastation all around. I really wish we had some smoke markers for these. Hopefully we'll see them up soon in our battle reports. Final score was really crap at maths. What's that? 12, 13, 15 to 6. There's my casualty pile there. Graham did take out quite a few stuff actually. We also had an ice cream break. So tune in next time.